Hey there. I made these planters yesterday. I mixed a bunch of clays that I've been using up that has been sitting here for years and years. So they're a blend of different clays and some porcelain. So I tap into center. I just use a couple of balls of clay to hold it down. So I'm using two tools. Trimming tool from Bison Tools, which Phil made. These are really nice. And I really like that extra neck on them. I'm kind of spoiled. I've tried to use others, now I can't. And then I got a Bentley knife. So I'm really hoping I don't cut through any. When I'm throwing them, I really try to pay attention to how thick they are. And I use a splash pan for trimming. I don't use it for throwing. You can see I got all my plastic around my wheel to catch any extra yuck. So these tools are carbon steel, and if you drop them, you break them. And now that Phil's no longer around, you can't even get them fixed. And there's no, I guess there's some other companies that are now making some. So I'm softening that edge, my sponge, bending down this edge with my sponge, softening everything up, getting up any other yuck stuff that might be showing up. I'm just sponge them off. I had my friend made this. So another friend of mine told me years ago that round bonsai pots should only have 3 feet. And then I saw some of his plants in a bonsai show, and he had some round pots that actually had 4 feet. Anyway, so I guess there's a law somewhere in bonsai world. I also grow all kinds of great, cool little succulent plants. Pachypodiums. And I really like lots of, I like everything. So I'm just softening up all the edges. So according to my thermometer, it's 15 degrees out. We actually had snow starting last night. I'll put these holes in these later tonight, or I'll probably cover these and I'll probably drill holes in them tomorrow. don't think you can see my whole wheel setup, so when I'm sitting at my wheel, I have 2 buckets of water. It does make sense, one on each hand. So that was tapped into center. Clay bob to hold it down. So I just cleaned up my salt kill, so I'm really hoping that I might be able to salt fire a bunch of these planters, and of course I'll have to make enough pots to fill the kill, and I got some other friends that'll have some stuff in there too. So I trim there and I leave. I like that edge right there. I'll soften it up when I clean it with my sponge. So these clays, they've been sitting around for years. I got some porcelain, I got some wood fire clay, I have some regular stoneware. And now that high water is no longer around, I'm using all the clay. I got probably 2,000 pounds of clay that's been sitting around here. So I'm finally using them up. And then after that, I'm gonna start blending my own clay again. I have a solder mixer, and I have a couple of recipes which I've already done, and I really like the clay, so I'm looking forward to mixing my own clay again. Softening that edge. I guess I'll do 3 of these and then I'll stop the video anyway. I got a whole bunch more, but oh, I forgot to. I'm so excited I forgot to do this. Okay. Good work, Mark. You have to put it back. Boy, I'm so excited. Woohoo! So I have 2 wood fires going, one here in my studio, and I got one in the greenhouse. I guess I like fire. I am a retired firefighter. But I don't know, maybe I'm pyro somewhat? Could be. So I will punch holes in the drill holes in these probably tomorrow. When I threw these, it was really soft, so it's been interesting. I'll do one more. tapping in the center. So when I was teaching, I would, to learning how to tap in the center instead of ruining your pots, it was great to use either like a glass jar or a plastic jar and maybe put some weight in it. So that's why I guess that's why I like the glass ones were heavier, but you definitely don't want to go flying off the wheel and break. So, but tapping the center is fun, and it's something that I would think that most potters should learn. So I got to reset that one. That happens. I also have a Peter's Pugger, so it's real nice that all my clay, I can put it back in it, and there's no of drying it out and recycling it and letting it sit around and 50-gallon drums of clay. It is an expense, very expensive expense. Boy, it sure is nice to have one. I'm probably gonna stamp these with my little anchor and my initials. My anchor is I used to be a licensed captain and go sailing. Years ago when I was actually the captain on Chattanooga Ducks for a while. That was fun. Thank you for watching.